Oh yeah.
It's night 3 of the 13th CISM World Military Football Tournament, and we've seen some stellar soccer thus far. Tonight we have the hosts, the United States, coming off a brilliant 10-0 victory over Belgium on Monday to kick off the tournament. They will play host to Cameroon, who we have yet to see here in Spokane. Hi, bonjour everybody. I'm Alex Gould. Alongside me is U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Shelby Pruitt-Johnson. Merci. Thank you for joining us. It's 7 p.m. local time, Pacific time here in Spokane, but it's 3 a.m. in Cameroon. So good morning to those of you watching back home in Cameroon. Shelby, the United States showcased that this may be their most dangerous military team yet, putting 10 into the back of the net against Belgium. Haley Robertson had a hat trick in that match. Cameroon has gotten a chance to hang around a little bit and scout for the first couple of days. Should be a terrific matchup between these two.
Absolutely. I hope we can close out the night with a really great match between Cameroon and the U.S. We haven't had a chance to see Cameroon play, but I'm excited to see what they bring to the table here today.
So we're just about to see the CISM March. They'll bring out the CISM flag and also the national anthems. But before they do, what a dominant win for Germany. The Germans improved in Group A to 6 points. They are now 2-0 in the rankings, in the standings, after defeating Belgium 5-0. and we saw a lot of goals. Germany's going to be tough. So if you're circling a couple of teams in Group A, obviously the U.S. is yet to play their second match, and we have not seen Cameroon yet, but Germany have won 2 of their first 2.
Absolutely. And Belgium being 0-2 now at this point, and we'll see how it unfolds. I think it's really up in the air for right now to see who can kind of come out victorious here in the championship, but I'll be excited to see.
So here is the CISM March, and then we will see and hear the national anthems for the United States and Cameroon.
The national anthem of the United States of America. National anthem of Cameroon.
Terrific national anthems there for the United States and Cameroon. Again, really appreciate you joining us here in the booth. These women work so hard to defend their countries, defend their nations, and boy, Shelby, do they work pretty hard out on the pitch.
Absolutely, and you see all the young youth soccer players there running off the field. They got to stand up there while the national anthems were playing. And what an inspiration to the younger kids here of Spokane, Washington, to see these ladies out here and, like you said, defending their country, but not only doing that, playing the game they love that we get to see here today.
Let's take a look at the starting 11. First for Cameroon, who, again, we have not seen yet, Shelby. They are very quick, very tactical, and they are ready to go. Taking a look at the keeper, it is Ungodam from right to left on the back line. The right back is Rita. The right center back is Bakench. And then the left center back is Sandrine. The left back is Undome. From right to left again in the midfield, the right mid is Chanko. The attacking center midfielder is Eto, and then the left mid is Umbomozomo. And then you have up top, and the right wing is Confidence. The center forward is Tabe, and the left wing is Akomo Dio. And then now for the United States, starting 11. Taking a look, couple of changes here for Derek Wayan's squad. You take a look there. Kelly Fitzgerald is back in goal. She will not be number 0. I don't think that's going to matter too much, but she will be number 10. And then from right to left, you have Meredith Reisinger is the right back. The right center back is Jen Gillette. A couple of athletes making their first starts. The left center back is Tori Allen, also making her first start. And then Scotty Colton, one of the best backs in the tournament, is the left back for the United States. The holding midfielder is Erin Spear. Angela Karamanos is the center mid, making her first start of the tournament. And then Christina the Bear O'Sullivan is the attacking midfielder from right to left again. The right wing is Morgan the Cheetah Roberts. She had 2 goals against Belgium, both in the first half, before being subbed out at half. Then Haley Robertson, the only player to get a hat trick thus far, and she did it in 41 minutes, did Robertson against Belgium. To round out the United States order, the left wing is Kaylee Utley, who also added 2 for the U.S. So those are the starting 11, and we are getting ready to go. I think, Shelby, in a setting like this, the United States already have a win under their belt. They already have 3 points. I think maybe we can see some nerves from this Cameroon squad.
You know what? And I asked the liaison, the wonderful liaison we worked with, and he said, no, they're not nervous. He said he called it African confidence. He said that they're ready to come out and show them what they got here against the U.S.
So Union Stadium, it's a joint high school stadium here in Spokane. The Meade Panthers play here. You can see them on the end zones. This is American football, and then the Mount Spokane Wildcats. Cameroon are in the green uniforms. United States are in the red, white, and blue. So Cameroon going to start with it here. They're antsy. They've been waiting a couple days, and like you said, a lot of confidence streaming from this Cameroon group. And this stadium holds 4,500. Not quite sold out, but a really nice crowd on tap. I know the home faithful here in Washington really enjoyed the win against Belgium. But we were talking to Derek Wayand as well as Marcy Walton, the 2 coaches for the United States, and they were so proud of that victory, but they said anything can happen in the next match. That's why you take it 1 match at a time, and you don't look too far ahead.
I agree, and then not seeing how Cameroon plays, you really have no strategy against a team you haven't seen.
So that was Tabe, and Utley already getting a piece of it there. Utley will be the left wing for the United States. Taking a look at the weather here. It's about 85 degrees. Sun is still very much shining in Spokane. That was Morgan Roberts over there, and it is going to be a throw-in for the U.S. Taking a look at the referees today, the head ref is Alexandra Cola from France. The AR1 is Yoanti Ta from France as well. And then the AR2 from South Korea is Son Young. And then the 4th official is Mingji Cha, also from South Korea. So those are the 4 officials. We'll be reffing and officiating this match between the United States and Cameroon. Again, some of these referees are FIFA referees, some volunteering their time, are refereeing in their home nations. So we always got to make sure we shout them out. Speaking of the referees, that is Yuan T. Ta, the AR1, waving the flag as one of the players of the U.S. was offside. So the United States not going to score as quickly as they did against Belgium. They struck in the second minute. It was a goal by Haley Robertson. As I mentioned earlier, 1 of 3 for the center forward, first lieutenant in the U.S. Army. See Scotty Colton, the left back, and you can see Cameroon puts a lot of pressure in their own attacking third. They're going to put a lot of pressure, Shelby, on these 4 backs for the U.S.
You can absolutely see it already in just the few first minutes of the game. Cameroon is putting on the heat for the U.S. team.
That's Aaron Spear. Spear, first lieutenant in the Air Force from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Spear was a captain of the Air Force soccer team in 2019. Started 55 matches while appearing in 72 career games. Through ball, and that's why Colton is so good in that left back role. Head referee and Alexandra Kola is letting them play, even though a U.S. member hit the deck. Here's Tabe. Or excuse me, that's Comodio. Comodio with a shot try, not enough on it, and the first save of the match for the U.S. and Kelly Fitzgerald. Here is Morgan. They call her the cheetah. How quick she is. You can see blazing speed here over on the far flank. Can she keep it in? Might see a cross. Right foot cross. Robertson is there, but it's corralled by the keeper in Ungodam.
You know, they call her the cheetah, but I don't know. I think the Cameroon team was keeping up with her there in that corner.
And there is a player right around the 40-yard line here on the American football field over on the far side of things that is down for Cameroon. So not what you want to see in the very first match of the tournament is a player go down, and that player is Ondome. So Ondome is down, getting tended to here. Kind of taking a shot to the jaw there. So she's going to come off. Cameroon will play down a woman for a little bit until Ondome says that she's ready to come back on. But I think in this match, Shelby, just seeing it early here, I know we're only in the 5th minute, but you're going to see a lot of blazing speed. And what a lot of the members of each side need to do is be wary of counterattacks, have to get back in time. As the U.S. trying to get rid of it here, went off of Colton. There's Comodio. Tabe. Missed kick that time, but it's inside the 18. It's gotten rid of by Meredith Reisinger, the right back.
I think you're right, and having that transition between offensive and defense is absolutely vital, and doing it with a quick pace to where you're able to set yourself up to defend correctly is really, really what the U.S. is going to have to do here.
Cameroon showing confidence early, and it was lost in the sun by Fitzgerald, who's staring right into the blazing sun. And it's a goal for Cameroon.
And look at that celebration. Wow.
Fitzgerald, you can see wearing that hat over there because she's staring directly into the sun. And now you see the party is on here in Spokane as Cameroon gets their first goal of the tournament. Take a look. A blistering ball. Fitzgerald lost it in the sun. Not too shabby for the team from Cameroon, even if it was a little bit more fortunate into the sun. That's exactly the start you want to see. So the United States, for the first time in this tournament, Shelby, having to play from behind. That's the first goal they allowed. And I believe that was the left midfielder. I believe that was number 20 who got the goal there. That's Umbo Mozomo. So Umbo Mozomo gets the goal for Cameroon. And in this tournament, you can talk about this, in this tournament, you don't care how you get a goal, if it's an own goal, if it's lost in the sun by the keeper, you just want to score.
Absolutely. Even in the games that we saw before, just getting a body part, whatever it is, on the ball to get it in the back of the net, you really can't ask for anything better than just to score in this tournament.
Sunset is set for 8:45 local time. So the keeper for Cameroon in Ungodam is also going to have to stare into the sun, unless it kind of peeks behind the mountains a little bit here. The trees, is Kaylee Utley showcasing her speed. Had 2 against Belgium, but dispossessed. Nice play by the right back for Cameroon. That was Mbo Mozomo who scored the first goal. It's actually playing in that right midfielder spot. This Cameroon team, you can see it early, Shelby, is dangerous. A lot of speed, very tactical, you see it there. That's Confidence, who forces a throw-in on the far side.
I'm absolutely noticing some ball control. Cameroon keeps it very well, nice close to their body, and making those moves that they need to when they defend.
You can see even a spot like this, the United States, besides Robertson, who's staying up front, this could be a good ball, but Fitzgerald corrals it. On the back side of that play, breathing down the neck of Fitzgerald, was Akamodio. I know in the military, you're in the Air Force, face some adversity, right? They talk about that in a lot of your training sessions in the United States. A lot of these women are used to playing through some adversity. So down 1-0 here in the 10th minute. But Cameroon controlling the possession here as Colton intercepts that pass. But now off the front foot of Eto. Christina the Barrow Sullivan was trying to connect with Utley over here on the near side. So foul on Cameroon, free kick here. Scotty Colton with a strong and powerful left foot. Finds Roberts. What a ball there by Colton. Roberts crosses within, looking for Robertson, and it pings off the post. Robertson could not finish. Boy, what a play setup. That started with Scotty Colton's laser of a left foot over to Morgan Roberts. Roberts used her speed, crossed it inside the 18, just outside the 6, and Robertson could not believe that she didn't finish her 4th goal of the tournament.
And you can see there, right, the goalie from Cameroon, Ngodam, she was saying, yes, thank God that did not go in.
And now a chance here for Cameroon. They are so quick as it's cleared away by Tori Allen. But Akamodio found herself open. And right now the back line needs to do a better job for the United States of communicating. Scotty Colton tried to pull up to Mark in the middle of the pitch. That's a good bent ball, but right to Fitzgerald. Both of these teams so far, 11 minutes in, playing with a lot of pace. They want to go and go quickly. You can see right when a pass is made, and that's not a good pass. Good interception by Eto. Then Eto couldn't find Tabe. Just outside the 18.
And you know what I'm noticing, Alex? The U.S. was very calm. They had precise passes the first game, right? But I think they're feeling the pressure here of the Cameroon team, and they're rushing. They're starting to make those one touches and misplacing the ball, and you can see it here out on the field.
I think you're absolutely right. And also, too, when you get a goal to start the tournament from Robertson, about 90 seconds into the match in that second minute against Belgium, if you have any nerves going in, that clears away a lot of them. And so then you get the flip side here. You get a goal in the 5th minute for Cameroon, and Mbomozo who scores. That's what we're talking about, trying to play through that adversity. But you can just tell this is going to be the closest match we've seen, the tightest match we've seen. We talked about this earlier. We have yet to see two nations playing against each other where both nations score. We have yet to see that. We've seen a shutout in all 5 matches previous. Got to be careful of Robertson here if you're Cameroon. That was Karamanos who went down.
You know, I'm not positive I was expecting a shutout, but this is an exciting game. In just the few first minutes, you can tell they're pretty well matched, and it's going to cause us to really think who is the best outcome of this game.
And so we saw the U.S. score 7 first-half goals against Belgium. They won it 10-0. And that second match, it was Germany and Ireland. Germany won 3-0. Then yesterday, South Korea beat Canada 6-0, and France beat the Netherlands 8-0. And in the match just before this here at Union Stadium, Germany was able to beat Belgium 5-0. Good footwork there from Scotty Colton. She's going to dribble through 3 defenders and then find it at her feet again. Cameroon doing a nice job on their attacking half of swarming some of the United States backs. Good move by Morgan Roberts yet again. Now trying to kind of pass it to herself, getting it on the attacking third for the United States. And smartly getting that out of there was Undome. So Reisinger, the right back, throwing it in here for the United States. Trying to set up a play. Robertson, O'Sullivan. Karamanos couldn't get the left foot. Might have had Utley wide open here on the near side, if she did. Just out of the reach. Now, Cameroon. It's about a 3-on-5 here. Call it a 4-on-5. They're trying to patiently wait. Good stop on the ball. That was Jen Gillette. Right foot try, well wide of the mark. That shot attempt there was by Eto, the attacking center mid. But besides a ball getting lost in the sun, could see that again. Kelly Fitzgerald going to tighten that visor a little bit. You got to be wary of the counter. Right foot cross. Cameroon was looking for a second. Jen Gillette. Big presence as the right center back. Actually, it looks like she's playing more in the left center back role. And Tori Allen's the right center back. And that is off the left foot of Gillette. So this is going to be a corner kick here for Cameroon. This will be the first corner kick on either side.
It looks like the Cameroon team really does have some legs on them from these booths that I've been seeing, so I have high hopes for this corner kick.
This is Eto, who will take the corner here for Cameroon, trying to set up their second goal. Low liner, and Colton gets it out of there, skies it into the air here in Spokane. Left foot try, deflected. O'Sullivan was looking for something, now finds the feet of Reisinger. Roberts, the cheetah, through two defenders. Then gives it right back to Cameroon. Tori Allen with an interception. Backs on both sides. Shelby doing a nice job of anticipating the pass, anticipating the next steps.
They really are. We were talking about last game, Germany was really first to the ball and 90% of the time, but I think Cameroon's really getting there first before U.S. in a lot of these passes.
Karamanos. We'll see. Can Roberts get to the ball here? Great closeout by Bakench.
U.S. first to the ball.
O'Sullivan. Was it enough to Roberts? Roberts working on two defenders. Boy, she wins so many 50-50 balls. O'Sullivan and Robertson and Utley, I believe both of them. Could have called either of them for being offside. Player is down here for Cameroon. So that's Bakench over there. He's getting that right leg by the trainer. Tested over there a little bit. I hope that Bakench is okay. Might have to come off of the pitch, which means Cameroon would be down a woman on the field. She will come off for a second there. Right in front of us, Shelby, there's about 5 or 6 people. I'm not sure if they traveled from Cameroon, but could be living in the States. But a small but fun Cameroon fan base here in Spokane. They've been loud, they've been proud. They've been cheering on these women. Good pass by Karamanos. O'Sullivan was trying to get it back to Utley, but again, the back line for Cameroon comes up with a nice stop.
I think you're right. I think this group right here in front of us is Cameroon's biggest fans here tonight. They are loud and proud, and I'm glad to see it here. They were celebrating just as much as Cameroon was when they scored their first goal.
So Scotty Colton in the Coast Guard, first ever member of the United States women's military football team, soccer team that is in the Coast Guard. She played on this team in 2018 back in El Paso, but she was a Marine then, so she decided that she wanted to be a Coast Guard. Pretty cool story. Been talking about it a lot here in Spokane. Breaking barriers is Scotty Colton. Head referee, Alexandra Collat from France. She is letting both of these countries play on in a lot of situations. A lot of fans, I think, want the whistle, but I think there's a lot of other fans who appreciate that. Can Utley track it down? Got it on the left foot, but the flag went up. So that's Yohan Tita, the AR1. So the keeper in Ungodam, she is also the captain of this Cameroon team. And you know she's captaining the ship back there. She has all eyes on the field at all times, making sure that the back line is set up. She can see it all.
And you saw even there, she took the kick and her defender guarded her goal. So that's some trust right there in that team in the back line. Immediate pressure by Cameroon.
That's something we notice right at first touch, that Cameroon's attackers almost act like defenders. Here's some space. Caramanos, midfielder, and gets pushed from behind. This could be the first card. It's an immediate yellow, and it's going to be a yellow card. First one of the match. That's on Okamodio. So Okamodio gets called for the yellow. Now she's got to be careful in that right wing spot. Being a little bit aggressive there, maybe too aggressive.
Well, you know, Alex, after second yellow card, she's going to have to sit out the rest of the game and the next game. So having that conscience not to be as aggressive for the rest of the game is really going to help her move forward here in the tournament.
Aaron Spear, holding midfielder, first lieutenant in the Air Force, to take the free kick inside center circle here. Trying to see if she can find a teammate, slip behind the defense. That's Caramanos, who just hit the deck. Now Utley was so good at West Virginia. Right foot try, Robertson. Oh, what a ball by Utley. Just a little much on the touch for Kaylee Utley, and Robertson dove, could not. It might have gotten the hair a little bit, but couldn't find the head into the back of the net. But boy, that was a beautiful ball by Utley.
Absolutely. I could see it happening, but it just didn't make it to the back of the net.
Kaylee Utley, who is from St. Louis, Michigan. But not St. Louis, Missouri. That's what it says on the roster, MI. So St. Louis, Michigan. Unless they have the wrong thing on there. If they do, well, then it's St. Louis, Missouri. But Missouri, of course, is MO. But I looked it up beforehand. There is a St. Louis, Michigan. So I trust that they have the right thing on the roster. As we get a water break here, so for those of you that haven't tuned in yet, haven't seen a match, this is a water break. There's a mandatory water break in each half. It is hot out here. Not as hot as it was at the 3:30 match, and not as hot as it was yesterday. As we say hello up here from the booth. Now they're coming to us here.
Alex, you know, it's my favorite part of the day because they get to see the faces behind the voices here in the booth.
You can see, much like Kelly Fitzgerald, we're right into the sun as well, but we don't have to make saves up here. But Alex Gould, U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Shelby Pruitt-Johnson, really appreciate you guys joining us. Whether you are in the United States watching from somewhere else, maybe you're in Cameroon. I know it's early there. It's 3:24 in the morning, but we say good morning to all of you in Cameroon. Good start for Cameroon. This is their first match of the tournament. And although, be it maybe a luckier goal by Imbo Mozamo, she was able to score because Fitzgerald, the keeper for the U.S., lost one in that sun. You can see it shining on us here.
It's going to start off there with the goal kick.
And now it looks like Fitzgerald got rid of the visor. I wonder if there was a talk between her and Derek Wayand and Marcy Walton on whether maybe the visor was blocking her view a little bit. It's pretty interesting.
Maybe not the sun, but the visor.
You don't see the visor too often in soccer. Good back heel there by the Bear. This is Utley. Utley, blazing speed, gets it to her left foot cross and a try, but right to the keeper and Ungodon. Kaylee Utley, captain in the Army, as we were just talking about. Says from St. Louis, Michigan. Could be from St. Louis, Missouri. I have to confirm that one. But scored in the 5th and 48th minute against Belgium. She was a 4-year starter at West Virginia, Shelby. She scored the second most goals in a match in school history. And get a load of this. It came in the 3rd round of the Women's College Cup in 2015 against Loyola Marymount. Of course, Loyola Marymount, I'm from Los Angeles, so right by me. All about LMU. But to give you guys an idea, 3rd round would also be like making the Sweet 16 if you wanted to compare the Women's College Cup to the basketball tournaments we see in March Madness. But also Utley had the 10th most goals in a single season with 12 in 2015, helping West Virginia reach the quarterfinals, the Elite Eight. So a foul here and a free kick taken. It's going to be too far out of the reach of Roberts. That was Aaron Spear, holding midfielder, who took that free kick. Fitzgerald was well outside the 18 there. Decisiveness, making sure that Cameroon didn't have something over on the far flank.
I think that was a good choice on her to just boot it out, clear it out, let the team reset, the defense get a little bit of a break and kind of get ready for this next attack by Cameroon.
Throw in over by the corner flag. Last touch by the U.S. So I think Derek Wayand, head coach for the United States, his strategy, you can tell, I mean, he's pushing everyone back here. He understands how quick Cameroon is. He wants to add some extra defenders. Here's the goal scorer in Mozamo. Good header there by Gillette, and this is what Cameroon has to be careful of. Trying to find the feet of Robertson, but no one was there on the backside.
And you can just hear the crowd. They're eating every second of this game up.
Crowd, of course, maybe a little bit quiet now. They're waiting for the U.S. to strike, and they were spoiled a little bit, seeing the 10 that they scored against Belgium, 7 in the first half. This Cameroon team a lot different. Just see making so many smart choices with the ball. And that's something you alluded to earlier. They're very quick, but they're not rushing. That's something maybe we saw the United States doing a little bit too much of in the first 10 minutes. They've seemed to calm down a little bit.
I think it was almost an element of surprise, right? They haven't seen Cameroon play, but when they did, they came hard. And the U.S. might not have been expecting that. So when they did, they got frantic and started rushing and kind of pushing those passes to the wrong people. So I think now that they're kind of, okay, this is who we're playing against, they're able to strategize just a tad bit more and get a little bit more better passes going on.
Roberts dribbled a little bit too much there. And so the head ref right there just overruled the AR1. So Alexandra Collat, I believe, is calling a foul on the United States. Because the AR1 over there and Yohan Tita, both from France, was pointing the other way, which with the flag, which means it would have been the U.S. ball and U.S. throw-in, but instead a foul was called. Cameroon winning a lot of 50-50 balls. Karamanos in the middle. Some space here. Karamanos trying to find Utley. Utley might have been off, but no flag went up. Does Fitzgerald see it here? She does. Finally, again, she's looking up into that sun, directly into it. That is why Cameroon is up 1-0. She punts it away. How fun of a matchup is that? I haven't really announced Sandrine yet, the right center back for Cameroon. But the matchup between her and Robertson has been phenomenal. As Robertson crosses one in, Utley tries to control it. Utley finds Roberts. Roberts dribbling, maybe a little bit too much there. Again, into the sun. Spear didn't see it. And it could be a chance here for Cameroon. Boy, how about the foot skills there from Confidence? You talk about the name. It's in the name. Confidence has a lot of that in her.
I mean, and I think it's in the team too. I think the confidence shows. They're not rushed, but they're quick. The skills that they have, they know where the ball can go on their feet, and they can control it well. And that's really what I think alludes to that 1-0 score right now.
So the United States, who won their lone gold back in 2002 with Germany, the Netherlands, and Canada. That was the first ever tournament that was hosted by Canada in Kingston, Ontario. So this is the 20-year anniversary. That's been another story that I know Derek Wayan, Marcy Walton, and the rest of the team have talked about how sweet it would be, how much it would mean to not only just win the gold, but win the gold in the 20-year anniversary of CISM women's football. Karamanos missed kick that time. Gillette very aggressive. But now she's out of her position a little bit. Cameroon and Akamodio have some room to run. Akamodio faked to the outside, instead stayed inside there. Trying to boot it out of there. Akamodio over everything.
That really seemed like a lot of just kick it, hope it goes out kind of stuff right there, and the real near the goal too.
Little chippy out on the pitch. Just some raw motion on the field between both sides. Both nations understanding what this means, what this means for their country. You want to see that raw emotion. Obviously, you don't want it to get out of control. Like, there's good passion, is a good word to use, between both countries.
You took the word right out of my mouth. I was just going to say passion. It's that heart and drive. It's the will that they really, really want to win this game.
Can the United States level it up? They're trying to do. Can't turn it over there. This is Tabe. Tabe dispossessed. And now Roberts, who's on the opposite side of the pitch, trying to find Utley here, but Utley's not going to get there and run out of room. 36th minute, 1-0 Cameroon, thanks to a goal by Mbamozimo. Mbamozimo scored in the 5th minute of the match. She lofted a ball about 25 yards out. It got caught up in the sun. Kelly Fitzgerald, the keeper for the United States, couldn't see it. And it went into the back of the net. Cameroon hasn't had many shot chances since. They have 4 total. But you know that could be a strategy, especially for the United States. You see that. Why not take a shot from 27 or 28 yards out? Even 30 plus, if you can lose it in the sun, it could result in a goal.
And I think, too, we saw in the first game, those through balls to those strikers, just like that one we see here, is what they're looking for.
Here's Roberts on the near side. She switched sides of the pitch, takes a shot, and just missed wide. A good save there by Ngodam, the captain and the keeper for Cameroon. Now it's a foot race between Tabe, the center forward, and Gillette. Gillette doing a nice job here, but Tabe keeps it in. Tabe somehow got her right foot on the ball and forces a corner. If you want action, well, you get it right there in a string of about 30 seconds. You see Roberts trying to bend it like Beckham over here on the near side. And then how about the foot skills from Tabe there on Gillette? Take a look at the shot again. And that actually pinged off the post there. So it was hard to see if Ngodam got a piece of it or not. It hit off the post. This is Okamodio with the cross. Low liner, trying to find the head of a teammate. She's going to find it at her feet instead. Maybe not exactly how she drew it up. Now a chance. Into the sun again. Off the head. Fitzgerald's outside. No penalty called. Cameroon asking and begging the head referee and Alexandra Kola. But Kola was not allowing the penalty there. And boy, I think there's a big sigh of relief both in the crowd and on the field for the United States that didn't result in a second tally for Cameroon.
You know, but it hasn't switched back. It hasn't transitioned back to that offensive. So Cameroon still got some chances right here to get it in.
Good ball again. Beautiful pass. Etu, the cross. O'Sullivan. Right now, Cameroon the last couple of minutes being the aggressor. So Etu with a good run there after being set up by Okamodio. You can see Fitzgerald, and hard to see from that angle. Crew's doing an amazing job. Here you go. Might have a better shot here. You see Fitzgerald, Shelby, get a part of the ball there. That's why you don't get a penalty in that spot. And also the head referee and Alexandra Kola has to be 100% certain that Fitzgerald didn't get any of the ball and clipped the back. Right off the chest, like a warrior there.
That would have hurt, absolutely.
Absolute warrior is Chanko. Chanko didn't even move a muscle. I'd be on the injured list. I'd be out for about a year. Robertson has had a hard time trying to get it at her feet. They've been trying to set her up after her hat trick against Belgium in the first half. So it's interesting here that they moved Roberts to the left wing and Utley to the right wing. I know we mentioned it earlier briefly, but it's definitely something to focus on. Derek Wayne thinks maybe he has an advantage on one of the sides of the pitch.
You know what? And they're both great players, so I wonder if he's just trying to switch it up, get the fresh light, get the fresh perspective.
Good ball here. Could be a chance for Cameroon in the box. Nothing called. Some of the Cameroon fans here and Cameroon players cannot believe that a penalty was not called. We've been talking about the head referee from France and Alexandra Kola letting them play through it. That was Confidence, who hit the deck inside the 18. So 42nd minute here. United States trying to get level going into the half, but also trying to make sure that Cameroon doesn't get one into the back of the net to go up 2. Colton takes one off the chest. Good interception again. And deflection by Rita. Out wide. Beautiful ball. Here's Confidence, but she's off. Flag went up for offside.
Like we've been saying really this whole time, Cameroon is really getting a body part on the ball before U.S. even has a chance to reach their foot out.
Sun Young, the AR2 from South Korea, was all over that. Cameroon, they have some momentum to end this second half. Another ball. Confidence just too much right now for Meredith Reisinger. Reisinger having problems trying to keep up with her. Could be a left foot try, it is, but not enough. It was miskicked and mishit that time by Okamodio. You can see the Cameroon strategy is to get the ball to the left wing in Confidence, because she just blows by everyone. She is the fastest athlete we have seen in this tournament so far. I mean, the United States backs are pretty quick themselves, but Reisinger's having a tough time over there with Confidence. Let's see if they want to set her up again. Instead, plenty of space to dribble in the middle. Okamodio, sandwiched by 2 U.S. defenders. Karamanos. Right now, the United States having trouble getting it on their attacking half. This is a dangerous Cameroon team. Good ball by Karamanos. Utley could be a one-on-one with the final defender. Utley, what moves does she have? Plays it to her right. Nobody was there. It stopped for now. Robertson couldn't get there in time. And it's a nice outstretched reach to get the ball by the captain and the keeper, and Ungodam.
I can't help but think that Robertson is just kicking herself for not being there on that deflection to get it in the net.
Now Colton trying to play the through ball to Utley, but not enough. Again, she is a lefty. Not to say that she doesn't have 2 good feet, she does. But tried to use the right, couldn't get it through. 44th minute, about to be the 45th minute coming up. So we'll wait and see coming up here in the next 60 seconds or so how much added time there will be. Got to figure at most 2 minutes. Got to be careful of Confidence. She is everywhere. And so we're being told that after we get to the 45-minute mark, there will be 2 minutes of added time. So 2 minutes of added time as a foul was called against Eto. Gillette, what a ball by Jen Gillette. Utley stops on a dime. How about this foot skills? Trying to blow by a defender, similar to what we just saw. Kaylee Utley, like her days at West Virginia. Here's the bear, deflected. Utley again. Can she cross one in? Instead takes a rifling rocket. It was not touched by the keeper and Ungodam. So Cameroon survives that attack. Boy, what a ball by Karamanos to find Utley. Feels like Utley just yesterday was playing at West Virginia. And she's still playing, plays on the same team. We mentioned this the first day. On the Ollytown Artesians of the Northwest Premier League with Haley Robertson. Got to think these two are a force in that Northwest Premier League. They're trying to find Utley again. Can anybody stop Utley right now? Utley, cross, looking for the equalizer just over the head. Too much for Roberts. Colton, she's going to play it inside the 18. Robertson, the equalizer for the United States. What a ball by Scotty Colton here on the near side, on the backside of that play. And who else but Haley Robertson to knot things up and level it up at 1.
Wow, what a play. We saw something just like it not too long ago, but this is what it's supposed to be, that finishing shot right there into the back of the goal.
It starts with Utley on the far flank. Tried to find the head of Roberts just over the headband. But Scotty Colton, who we said, one of the most dangerous left backs in the tournament. Robertson with the run. Robertson with her first in the match, her fourth of the tournament. And boy, that is big for the U.S. That likely could be 1-1 going into the half. If you're Cameroon, you got to think, man, we were about 60 seconds away from taking a 1-0 advantage into the locker room. It is so hard to teach what Scotty Colton just did and also what Haley Robertson did. That's practice. The United States team has been here since June 18th, Shelby. And you can just see Scotty Colton putting that ball inside the 18 with that left foot, so lethal with the left. We should call her the lethal lefty. Gets it to the head of Robertson. And now we're at the half, and instead of a Cameroon 1-0 advantage, it's 1-1.
What a way to bring out the halftime. 1-1, a tie between Cameroon and the U.S.
So 1-1 here at the half. What a brilliant half it was. This was the most competitive half we've seen of soccer, of football, here in the 13th CISM Women's Football Tournament.
So you have to think, here at Union Stadium, we're about 40 minutes away from Fairchild Air Force Base. How do these women and all these teams get to the stadium? How do they get to food? How do they get to and from the airport? Well, none other than the Logistics Readiness Squadron. Let's look a little bit and take a look about what they do and for the CISM tournament.
So we are part of the Logistic Readiness Squadron, and right now we're just escorting the teams mostly back and forth, picking them up from the airport to the lodging, to the stadium, and back and forth, all that.
My airmen have been working probably for the past month, learning the route, getting the vehicles ready, because the issue with our vehicles is they go down, we have to get them back. So we've also been prepping our vehicles.
It's been quite busy. Like the other day, we just worked until like 12 at night, got back up at 7, back to work.
This function wouldn't be able to run without us driving them here, because we're saving the CISM organization so much money by transporting them here to and from the base.
I'd like to say we are proud to be hosting this event here aboard Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton. I hope that the opportunity to experience the U.S. firsthand through this competition will provide a better understanding, not only our culture, but our military culture, that you will be able to be exposed by engaging with the U.S. team. I will end my comments here by saying this event is now officially open. I'll let the games begin, and have a great first day of the competition. Thank you.
You know, every morning that we wake up, we step out and represent all the other soldiers out there fighting.
Wrestle, the box, the taekwondo, track and field. We have the World Championships, we have Pan American Games, we have the U.S. Nationals, and these guys compete in all of those.
You know, my friends and battle buddies that are downrange or stateside just been watching me, and I just want to go out there and just do my best for them.
So hearing people talk about they finally get to represent their country, and they've dreamed about this, and I kind of smile because I realize I get to do that every time I go race.
When I was younger, or in high school or college, I was winning solely for my own name. When I'm competing with U.S. Army across my chest, I feel like I'm fighting for something much, much greater.
It's just an amazing thing to be able to be in the Army and represent the United States.
It's easy for athletes in our program to assume that responsibility because first and foremost, they're soldiers.
It's about the Army, not just here, but we expect, you know, greatness every single day.
Through basic training, you start to build this huge mental stamina of knowing you can pretty much accomplish anything if you just put your mind to it.
Whether it's infantry, whether you're a cook, it doesn't matter. You get to perform under pressure. Most people, they think you're either born mentally tough or you're not. Well, you learn it, and you can always improve it.
It gives me power on the wrestling mat. It gives me strength. It gives me the ability to push past certain levels of pain or exhaustion.
I think being an athlete and a soldier and an athlete go, you know, hand in hand really well.
I mean, these guys come in with attributes that every soldier has, and that's sacrifice, discipline, teamwork.
Because that's what we're all taught. That's what we expect of each other.
It's very much like a family, and you learn to depend and lean on your brothers and sisters for support.
The coaches are always here. They're always helping us. They're always watching film and always trying to find the best way to make us better.
We always focus on improving the mind and the body.
They want you to have good nutrition, good sleep, and good exercise.
To do all that, you got to be resilient and you got to be ready, and that's what we teach.
I don't know if I would have had that same mind frame if I wasn't in the Army.
1-1 here in Spokane at the half between the United States and Cameroon. Well, let's take a look at some of these highlights, Shelby. It all started with a 5th-minute goal by Mbomozamo, who caught one up into the sun here. Look at Fitzgerald. Couldn't find it because of how piercing the sun is. Fitzgerald right there with a nice stop to prevent a second Cameroon goal. But Mbomozamo scored there. It's a good cross by Utley. They moved Utley and Roberts around. So Roberts started as the right wing. Utley was on the left. Then head coach Derek Wayans said, hey, we got to shift things around here. And so he moved Roberts to the left wing, Utley to the right wing, and boy, did it make a difference. The goal that you'll see on your screen coming up here shortly, it was a similar play to this, as Utley, kind of see here, moving to her right, but it's going to be a similar play to that if you missed it. Utley, and maybe we already saw it, but Utley crossed one to try and find the head of Roberts. It just went over Morgan Roberts' head, but Scotty Colton was on the backside. This was in additional time, about 45 seconds before the half, before the whistle. Scotty Colton, the lethal lefty, with her left foot, crossed it inside the 18, just outside the 6, and who else but Haley Robertson, the first lieutenant, the center forward for the United States, scored her 4th goal of the tournament to equalize things at 1.
Well, Alex, I think this is probably the most fun I've had in a game and the most excitement that I've seen. And honestly, I think it might be the biggest crowd that we've drawn out, and a good game to do so, too. I'm really excited to see what Cameroon and the U.S. have talked about at the locker rooms, have adjusted, and what they will execute here in the second half.
So the United States trying to pump up the crowd here at Union Stadium in Spokane and trying to get them going. Been pretty quiet so far here, but they weren't quiet on that goal set up by Colton to Robertson. Okay, we can talk about adjustments here. Let's first talk about Cameroon. I mean, a blistering start for them in the 5th minute. Fitzgerald loses it in the sun. Mbomozamo gets the goal, and they're off and running, feeling pretty good. And then, from about the 39th minute to about the 45th minute, for 6 minutes there, it was all Cameroon. Confidence over there, the left wing, has been a problem for Reisinger and Jen Gillette, the right back, Reisinger and Tori Allen, the 2 right back and right center backs over there. She is so quick. She's the quickest athlete we've seen. But then they let up the goal 60 seconds before. How do you think they're rallying the troops to get ready for this second half?
It's really hard to say, Alex, because they're first to the ball, they're fast, they're precise, and they have the skills to get the ball forward. It's just the finishing that really needs help with, because the back line of the U.S. is really stifling them here at the end. But I think the U.S. really got lucky with the skills and the pass that they had to score that next goal. So it really is a toss-up. I can't even say what would be the best adjustments for each team moving forward.
And for the United States, of course, maybe a lucky goal for Cameroon, so they were pretty frustrated about that. But I think they got to be pretty happy with being tied 1-1 at the half, just because the final 6 minutes or so before the goal from Colton to Robertson, it was all Cameroon.
I think they're going to come out strong. I think that Cameroon is going to keep it as much as they can on the offensive half here and get it in the goal.
So Robertson, first lieutenant in the Army, originally from Okinawa, Japan. He scored in the 2nd, 8th, and 42nd minute to achieve the hat trick in the first half. Started her career at Auburn in 2013 and transferred to Troy University, where she had to sit out in 2014. She became the first Troy women's soccer player to be named to the Sun Belt All-Conference team for 3 consecutive seasons, from 2015 to 2017. Waiting on the whistle there, and there it is from Alexandra Kola. We are underway. So they announced a sub here, but there is no actual substitute. I think both nations are playing with their starting 11. Here is Confidence on the near side. Lightning speed from number 21.
And it makes you wonder, right, Alex? Keeping the starting 11 on both teams, it's almost like they feel like they need their hardest, their toughest, their strongest players that have played together to keep things the way that they are going.
The United States subbed a lot in their first match against Belgium. A lot of that because it was so lopsided, 7-0 after the first half. But head coach Derek Wayand, who is from Toadsuck, Arkansas, is content with his starting 11. Over on the far flank here, Colton, who set up the first goal for the United States, having to play some defense. Here's Utley. In a way, she helped set up that first goal. Tried to find Roberts, instead found Colton, and Colton found Robertson. Utley plays it to her right. It's off the head of Undome. So Derek Wayand, head coach for the United States, asked him if he wanted to shout out some of his family earlier today, and he wants to say hi to his wife Melissa, his son Max, and his daughter Bella. He knows that cheering on husband and dad. He's talking about how proud he is of Melissa, Max, and Bella. And I'll tell you what, everyone should be proud of him. He's a terrific human being, serving his country, but also the head coach of this team. And then also Marcy Walton, who's the assistant coach for the United States. This will be a goal kick for Fitzgerald. I think the best way to describe Marcy Walton is a saint. I think that's kind of the term that comes to mind. One of the kindest people you'll get the chance to meet. And one of the cool stories is, too, another saint who set up this whole tournament. We've talked about him a lot. We'll keep talking about him, is Lieutenant Colonel Kirschman. They played together at the Air Force Academy. Ball. Could it be Robertson? Boy, Robertson was on the backside of that play. Missed the right foot of Roberts, who couldn't control it. And Godam was able to snag it just before Robertson had a chance to put that in the back of the net. But Derek Wayand and Marcy Walton, 1-2 punch, two amazing coaches, but even better people. It's Tori Allen trying to stick with Ito there. And she did. Perfect job of that. That's banged past the touchline.
And Alex, didn't you tell me Marcy Walton was having a great time at the pep rally that we had here before the tournament, huh?
She was. Marcy just has a great time in life. She's just one of those people who's fun-loving and enjoys life. And so Marcy Walton, they had a pep rally for the United States. Local cheerleading team came out. There's a lot of people on the base over at Fairchild Air Force Base that cheered on the United States, and everyone came out, all the players and coaches, high fives to a lot of the little kids that were there, taking it in, looking up to some of these heroes, to some of these powerful women. And Marcy Walton, what did she do? She did the worm. If you don't know what the worm is, you can look it up. It's all over the internet. It's a fun dance where you get on the ground and you look like you're a worm. And Marcy Walton is the best worm out there. She's terrific.
Not an easy dance either.
No, and especially if you're me and have no rhythm at all whatsoever. It's hard for me to kind of move my head and rock the hips back and forth. That's hard to do.
A lot of connecting passes here with Cameroon.
Cameroon, the back line is so good at boxing out Robertson. I mean, we were talking about how she couldn't get a foot on anything. Then all of a sudden, maybe she didn't need the foot. She got a head on the ball into the back of the net. That was going to be the way she was going to have to score. That's going to be the way she has to score today, because that back line has scouted her. They understand her moves after watching that first match against Belgium. And that could be part of the advantage for Cameroon, having not played the first day and getting to scout the other opponents in Group A.
Getting to scout like that, right, is vital for strategizing how to come out and play against the team that you're about to play. And yeah, I think you're right. It could be a great advantage for them since they were here watching the U.S. play Belgium.
And on the flip side of that, too, sometimes maybe you get antsy and you get here, you want to play, you don't want to wait around for 4 or 5 days. I think it's helped Cameroon gotten the chance to scout this U.S. team, and no one's gotten the chance to scout confidence as that right foot rocket is deflected by Gillette. Here is Utley, who is from St. Louis. Where, Shelby?
Missouri.
Missouri. So I can blame Derek Wayan for writing down Michigan on the roster sheet. We'll have a good laugh about that later.
We did read the comments, and we saw that it was corrected. Thank you for that.
You know, I probably should have asked. I figured it was probably St. Louis, Missouri. It's the obvious choice. But listen, when you give a broadcaster a sheet that says MI, his confidence gets called for. The foul there is Reisinger who went down. But when you give, a broadcaster sheet, a roster sheet that says St. Louis MI, that is the code for Michigan. So I got to teach Derek Wayan that MO is Missouri. Or he did that on purpose to mess with me. And you were on top
That sounds about right.
You kind of looked at me and said, you're really about to say Michigan now, aren't you? Seven minutes in to this second half. Could be a breakaway here for Cameroon. Looking for some space is Eto, but couldn't find Tabe. Cameroon very physical against Robertson. Good stop by Reisinger. And a smart decision to get it to Gillette, who boots it down the pitch just to get it onto the defensive third of Cameroon. An illegal throw in there. You don't see that a lot. Got to be over the head. And it was not by Ndome. Couple of subs getting ready to check in. Can't see numbers yet. Reisinger gets pushed down, and that was a clear foul on Confidence. So Reisinger, who got bumped, will take the free kick. Trying to find the bear. Here's Morgan Roberts. Flag stays down. She was onside and kicked away. Cameroon, the rest of the back line members did not agree with that decision there to kick that away. They thought there was a lot of space to work with there and didn't have to get it out of harm's way.
But that's where I think the confidence does come in. He's taking the time instead of just booting it out to the side there.
So Okamodio checks out for Cameroon, and checking in is the first sub on either side. So Nanga comes in for Cameroon. So now the Cameroon keeper, this is something I wanted to point out earlier. So because the sun is still shining here, it's starting to get a little bit shadier. It's going to go down the trees at least by 8:45 as that connects against the ref and Kola. And Kola is going to stop it because Cameroon had something going a little bit there. But Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, Ngodam, the keeper for Cameroon, is wearing a hat. Have to adjust to that. And Ngodam, I was just looking. She was shading with both hands just a moment ago. Now she's shading with one. Hard to see over there. That's what happened to Kelly Fitzgerald. And Fitzgerald now in the shade saying, boy, well, this side's a lot better.
Cross over there.
Chance here for Cameroon. Confidence on the backside. Reisinger somehow able to box her out and get her right foot on it. What a play by Reisinger. Almost allowing Confidence to slip past her. That's the matchup we're watching here. Confidence begging for a push on Reisinger. Not going to get the call. And a sub is going to check in for the United States. So coming off the pitch is Aaron Spears. So the holding midfielder is off. I would assume this is going to be Gernsbacher checking in. And it is. So Katie Gernsbacher, first lieutenant in the Marines out of Austin, Texas. Gernsbacher, who started the first match instead of Karamanos. And Derek Wayan talked about this. He said, wait till you see Gernsbacher and Karamanos on the pitch at the same time. He said, wait till you see them on the field together. They are so good. Katie Gernsbacher, who scored 2 of the 3 goals in the second half for the U.S. She scored in the 75th minute and then struck 4 minutes later in the 79th. Who's going to blink first? There's Colton again. So good on the deflection. Utley had to wait for the ball and a swing and a miss. I'll see who it touched last. It's going to be a U.S. throw-in. That was a whiff over there on the far side by Bakench. O'Sullivan, who looked ahead before she made that pass. So smart. There's Colton. Now Utley. Flag goes up. One step too many by Kaylee Utley. So players down for Cameroon here. This is the right back in Rita. Rita is going to get looked at here by the trainer.
It's been a pretty aggressive game. I think that, you know, like we were talking about, the passion comes out when you're just trying to win, and especially being 1-1 in this tournament. In Cameroon's first game, the U.S. is second. Seeing the passion come out and the emotions is really a treat to see and keep the game a little bit exciting.
A little bit exciting. I think it's very exciting. I think there's a lot of people here that have been waiting for a close match.
Including you and me.
Absolutely. And it's 1-1 here. This has been terrific. It's been great soccer, great football. This has been, by far and away, the best match of the tournament. 2 tactical teams, 2 quick teams who are not willing to budge here as we are in the 60th minute. And as a reminder to let people know, it's FIFA rules. Because it's regulation, it's here in Group A, the game will end in a draw. It will end in a tie. If this is the final score, it will end in a draw. There is no extra time until the gold medal match or the bronze medal match. There are no penalty kicks until the gold medal match or the bronze medal match. Okay, and it looms large because Germany already has 6 points. Mind you, Germany has not played Cameroon in the United States yet. Good run here on the far flank. Still controlling it is Eto. Actually, that's not Eto. That's Nanga, who just checked in.
I really think Gillette is a force to be reckoned with down there in the back line. I think she's really holding it well and stifling any attempt, really, for Cameroon to get through here in the last couple of minutes.
Tabe. Here's Morgan Roberts. Maybe with some space here. It's a 5-on-5. Cameroon trying to get back, and they may not need to because of the 1v1 defense by the goal scorer herself. And Mbamozimo. Confidence. So good. Might take a try. Chance crunches off the crossbar. Just missed, giving Cameroon back the lead. Oh, Confidence can't believe it. An amazing strike. And that one is booted wide.
Wow, that was a lucky one hitting that crossbar. It was a great shot.
A big sigh of relief for the United States. Confidence may be the best player we've seen, if not one of the best we've seen in this tournament. Lightning speed, you see it there, bends it. That was upper 90, but it hit off and connected off that crossbar. You may as well just keep going. Look at this, skill moves. Wants to take another shot, deflected by Allen. Tabe plays it back. Off of Gillette, Confidence again. Tries to get it to her left. A collision, nothing called. Referee says play on. Roberts. Now Utley. Utley. Robertson stays on. Could this be the lead for the United States? Robertson misses wide.
What an exciting, 2 minutes less than just back-to-back those shots on goal. And the speed of the Cameroon defense, that is crazy.
And do you notice the difference, Shelby, and what we were talking about yesterday with the Netherlands as well as Belgium? Good things happen at times when you boot the ball down the pitch. As Utley has it here, trying to make a move on Bakench, but turns it over. But you notice how the U.S. booted the ball down the pitch. It went off of Bakench and her head. Then it went right to Utley. Utley found Robertson, who had to wait. Now trying to find her again. Robertson back to Utley. What a give and go. But Utley was off. The flag goes up. And that play is blown dead. I wouldn't even have to tell a lot of people that Haley Robertson and Kaylee Utley play together on that Ollie Towns Artesians in the Northwest Premier League. Their give and goes might be the best of the 10 nations. Morgan Roberts has Gernsbacher if she wants her. Plays the through ball. Gernsbacher trying to make a move, and very witty there by the substitute, and Katie Gernsbacher. Morgan Roberts played 3 seasons for the Air Force, starting 29 matches from 2014 to 2016. And she set up a United States goal. Good defense by Cameroon, and now some space. Reisinger didn't close and didn't mark Confidence. Have to be careful with number 21 at all times. That ball just a little bit too much. Some of the Cameroon fans here thought they had something in that connection that was just missed between Confidence and Eto. A couple of the coaches for Cameroon, Salomon Sadako. Tabe stops on a dime. Headed away by the Bear. Right foot, and trickles over to Fitzgerald. Confidence again, dispossessing Roberts. Confidence is in the vicinity. You've got to boot it away if you're Roberts in that spot near the United States. Can't turn it over in your defensive third. Cross. Tabe has a chance here. Fitzgerald was out, but found a way to get it.
It's absolutely so hard to do that fancy footwork there in front of Confidence. She gets it almost every time. She knows where it's going. She knows what your feet are doing, and she knows what to do to make it stop.
Chance here for Eto. Eto dribbling through 2 or 3 U.S. defenders. Tabe. That was Colton. Some help side defense that time, helping out Gillette. We had to wait to see what Eto was going to do. The longer this match goes on, the higher the stakes. Both of these units, both of these nations understanding they cannot afford a loss, especially with what Germany has done so far. Gernsbacher, a fake to Roberts, takes it herself, then wasn't sure what to do with it. So a sub is getting ready to check in for Cameroon, I believe, as Karamanos gets a little chat there from the head referee and Alexandre Collat. Confidence, so smart, lets that ball go. Knows she's going to beat Reisinger in a foot race. Look at this. Confidence, but not enough on that touch. United States now playing on their defensive third. Adome.
It's a nice way to switch the field there.
Gillette dove for it. So 12 is going to come onto the pitch. That's Linda. Linda is getting ready to check in. Maybe she already has. Not sure if it was announced or not. Eto. So Rita is off. And Linda came on. So Linda's in for Rita. Keep trying to find Robertson, but Robertson has 2 defenders on her at all times. That is part of the Cameroon strategy. What a terrific job that Sandrine has done on her.
And again, you're seeing over and over Cameroon first to the ball almost every single time, intercepting it, anticipating where the ball's going to go.
Colton, Utley with the blazing speed. Utley, was it too much on the touch? It was just too far. It was Bakench who dispossessed her. Couple of subs getting ready to check in for the United States. And I believe we're going to get 2 subs now. Simone Gardner, who started the first match as a left center back, second lieutenant in the Army, out of Madison, Wisconsin. She comes in. Meredith Reisinger checks out. And then also, it looks like Kyle Bridell checks in for the United States. So Bridell is in. And coming off the pitch is Morgan Roberts. So that's it for Morgan Roberts. Nice match for her. I know she wanted to score, but now she's hoping that Bridell does.
And I think this might be the first time we've seen Bridell. It'll be interesting to see what she has to bring to the table here against these Cameroon defenders.
Fresh legs. Kyle Bridell, captain of the Air Force out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Utley again on the far flank, but swarmed by 4 Cameroon defenders. Finds Karamanos. Here's the new substitute in Bridell. Out of the reach of Gernsbacher. I believe the flag went up for offside.
I think it's a hydration break as well.
And now we're getting the hydration break here. So final, what do we got here? Final 18 minutes between Cameroon and the United States. I'll tell you, Shelby, these two have played to what the score is. I think they have. So we welcome you inside the broadcast booth here. 1-1 is the score between these two. 2 first half goals. The United States got a goal from Robertson. We say hi while we're back here. I don't know. Hey guys, how are you? Nice to see you. How's the neckline look? Does it look all right? But you know, we're looking at this match here, and well, it's played to a 1-1 tie. It's been really impressive. Again, Alex Gould and U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Shelby Pruitt-Johnson, more important than me. And then John Anderson next to us. He's the statistician. He is one of the best. And oh, look at that. It's a different angle. You don't get to see the neckline there. See that tan line.
Alex, I remember being 1-1 in a game, and it is the most stressful, I think, and the most exciting time to be in the game. You're just really trying to pressure it in and get it in there. And then you almost lose sight of being calm, collected, and making those actual passes, and particular passes. You're just like, I want it in. I want to make that second goal to get us 2-1 instead of this tie that they're in right now.
So after the hydration break, it's the fresh legs here. Chance here for Cameroon, just too much. Tabe couldn't control it inside the 18. And Cameroon will keep possession. They'll have a throw-in. Tabe, again, not enough.
And she knows it too. Did you see her?
Gernsbacher. There's Bridell. Bridell clipped from behind. No call. Confidence gets it in. Couple of bodies hit the deck, and again, no call. Fitzgerald keeps playing it quickly. Can Robertson control it for longer than a second? I mean, Sandrine is so good in that right center back role. A lot of times we don't talk enough about the back line. We want to see goals scored. That's what a lot of fans want to see. Amy Robertson, who's one of the best center forwards in this tournament, she leads in goals with 4 now after a hat trick against Belgium. And I know she scored to end the first half, but Sandrine has looked marvelous in that center back position.
It's a pretty good matchup, I think, yeah.
You can see it. I'm not sure if our cameras can get it here, but everywhere that Robertson goes is where Sandrine is going. Everywhere on the field, she's just man-marking her. And Robertson tries to get past Sandrine. This is the matchup we're talking about. How about that move? And now a slippage. Gernsbacher, who had 2 against Belgium, runs out of space, dispossessed, and a throw-in. Nice job by Cameroon to avoid the corner kick. And that was Bakench, who was able to stop Gernsbacher from doing anything inside the 18. 76th minute. Gorgeous night here in Spokane. Sun's finally going down here on the pitch. Talked about 8:45 is when the sun will be gone. Turn these lights on here at Union Stadium as a player for Cameroon is getting tended to here by the trainer. That is the goal scorer, and Mbomozamo. So Gernsbacher going to throw it in here. Mbomozamo is not sure whether she's allowed back on the pitch, so Cameroon's down a woman here. Now Mbomozamo is looking around saying, can I come back on? And now she's being allowed. Mbomozamo is just kind of standing there. That could have been a big advantage for the United States. Gernsbacher plays it short. Bridell, 2 subs, and an illegal throw-in yet again being called. It's the second time we've seen it called, the first time on the United States.
And the second we've seen in this tournament. I haven't seen any illegal throw-ins here except for this game.
Keramanos, dangerous. Here's Scotty Colton. She set up the first. Can she set up the second? Try to get enough touch on it to Robertson. Ball not enough. Good, box out again. And the right shoulder there. Eto is feeling it. She reached out with the right shoulder, and she's in some pain now. It's a key member, the attacking center mid. Keramanos has Gernsbacher here. Defensive lapse for Cameroon. The U.S. looking for the lead. 78th minute. Dribbling out of space is Gernsbacher. She was trying to force a corner, but again, just stellar defense by Cameroon and by Bakench. Bridell, U.S. not spacing here. No one's there. Keramanos was open, but it was late in the middle of the field.
Not much help there at all, and not very far from each other either.
Bridell was looking around saying, where is everyone?
Look at the speed from the Cameroon players up there going up in their attacking half.
Tabe on Gillette. Ito.
And leaving confidence open.
Tabe, left foot. Cameroon has the lead. A laser off the left foot from Tabe. And Cameroon strikes in the 79th minute to stun this pro-United States crowd as Cameroon leads 2-1.
The celebration just tells the story itself. They are so happy. Look at them. The fans over here, the fan group here in front of us is just going wild.
Players down for Cameroon. Boy, what an amazing strike off the left foot of Tabe. Take a look at that. Testing Fitzgerald, finishing on the back post. Take a look again. Fitzgerald caught leaning to her left, maybe a little much, but it was a perfect strike that stayed on the ground the whole way. Tabe showcasing what she can do with that left foot. And now, we talked earlier, the United States were down 1-0. And added time in the first half. Got their equalizer to level things at 1. But yet again, backs against the wall here. What can they do in the final 10 minutes of this match? Fans deflated here, so is this U.S. team. Still 10 plus added time to work with. Maybe it takes a mistake like that. Gernsbacher trying to find Robertson. The MVP of this match, I'll tell you. The MVP of this match, if Cameroon wins, it's actually not going to be confidence in my book. It's not going to be Mbamozimo for scoring the first goal, and I'm not even going to give it to Tabe. Even though Tabe just scored right there, Shelby, to give Cameroon the lead. My MVP in this match for Cameroon is Sandrine, the center back, who has been all over the back of Robertson the entire match.
Absolutely, they've been glued together, and I agree with you. I think it was part of the Cameroon strategy when they first were scouting the U.S., and they already identified as Roberts being a huge, huge advantage to the Air Force, and then sticking a man to her. I mean, the United States, and then sticking a man to her.
That could have been dangerous there, too. You got to give Fitzgerald some credit there. She was about to pick up the ball. That, of course, would have been a penalty in that situation. She was about to pick up the ball outside the 18. Scotty Colton goes down. There was a pretty nasty collision there. That actually wasn't Colton. That was Karamanos.
Things are getting very testy here in the few final minutes, and you can tell both teams want it very bad.
This is dangerous here. This is tough. That is Chunko, who is down. Had to take the cleat off. Bang that right foot, right ankle. Mbamozimo coming off for Cameroon. So Mbamozimo got the scoring started for Cameroon back in the 5th minute. She checks out for the final 10 minutes plus of this match. Coming in for Cameroon is number 2, Sky. So Sky in, Mbamozimo out. You know, the head referee here is adding some time. We're in late stages of this match. Alexandra Kola communicating with the 4th official and Minji Cha of how much time to be added. Can Cameroon get it out of there? Dangerous. Robertson was right there and smartly booted away. Cameroon is starting to drop almost everyone back here, Shelby. They cannot afford to allow the United States any opportunities here. Every player in the defensive third.
They absolutely look outnumbered here in their offensive half.
Gernsbacher, can she find Robertson? Tori Allen is into the mix. Allen, deflected. It stays in for now. And then was it last touched by the U.S.? No, it was not. Also, too, Shelby, the U.S. doesn't have to rush these throw-ins as Robertson forces a corner. That was nice, but they don't have to rush the throw-ins just yet. Maybe you got to rush if you're on your defensive third, but they still have time to set up the attack if they're on their attacking third.
I think the rush here is the time. We're getting real close to the end.
But you still want to set up if you can.
Absolutely.
So here's Gernsbacher. She'll take the corner. Could be one of the last chances for the United States. They saw Tabe give Cameroon the lead in the 79th minute. What does the U.S. have late in this match? Gernsbacher trying to set it up. Low liner, trying to find the head of a teammate. Now it's going to find Utley. Utley, so skillful. Doesn't care if there's 2 or 3 defenders on her, but no one was there short and booted away. Allen takes one off the chest there, but then could not connect with Utley. This is booted down the pitch. Got to be careful of confidence here. That's one of the new substitutes who came on for the U.S. and Simone Gardner, who started the first match against Belgium. Colton set up the first. Gernsbacher, some space. Keeper's out. Gernsbacher was looking for the equalizer. The keeper in Ungodam was outside the 18 and well outside the 6, but Gernsbacher missed wide.
I am absolutely on the edge of my seat. This game has been the most exciting since we've seen, and you can tell the fans are completely invested in this turnout and what's going to happen here at the end of the game.
Boy, we talk about decisiveness. If you're a keeper, pressure late in a match. And Godam, the captain of this ship for Cameroon, was well outside the 6, outside the 18. Gernsbacher tried to get it into the back of the net for the equalizer, but could not. And Cameroon, some stalling tactics here late in this match, understanding that if they beat the United States, it would be quite a result. A couple of bodies crashing there. Gardner wins it. Gillette. Confidence is down, but no call. And now, confidence being down, you're essentially playing down a player. Carabanos, good body by her. I'll tell you, it is 4:45 in the morning. Confidence is still down. Boy, has she worked hard for Cameroon. Pointing to her side. Referee trying to tell her to get up. And now reaching the 87th minute. But it's 4:45 in the morning in Cameroon. And if you got up early or stayed up late to watch this match, boy, is this the result you want to see. In case you're just joining us in Cameroon, maybe you're joining us in the United States, Mbomozamo got the scoring started, and it was an unlucky goal against the United States. A little bit fortunate for Cameroon. Mbomozamo put one into the sun. You don't see it now, but the keeper and Kelly Fitzgerald lost it, couldn't find the ball, and it went into the back of the net. That's how the scoring got started. And then in added time in the first half, Scotty Colton set up the equalizer to Haley Robertson. Robertson's 4th goal of the tournament after she had a hat trick against Belgium. But about 9 minutes ago, 79th minute, Tabe, the center forward for Cameroon, was able to put one into the back of the net from about 22 yards out. Chance there, but not enough.
The U.S. is definitely trying. They're trying to push it through, keeping it up on their offensive half.
So we have a sub. That's Lauren McGovern, captain in the Army from Denver, Colorado. She subbed in. Checking out was Haley Robertson. So Robertson checking out here. Maybe a little bit surprising, but Robertson's been working hard. She's got to be gassed. So McGovern comes in. So the best scorer for the United States is out of the match here in the closing stages. Colton back to the Bear. U.S. begging for a handball, but it was not called. Derek Wayand over there thought that a handball should be called. And it was not. So we're reaching 90 on the clock. We're being told that there will be 5 additional minutes. So still some time left, not a lot. Confidence still finds it. Trying to put the U.S. out here in this match. Confidence still controls the ball, but then turned over to Utley.
Is 5 minutes enough? That's my question.
And I think that's the question that's ringing throughout Spokane right now here at Union Stadium. Eto. Fitzgerald. And now this is the time. Talking about the throw-ins earlier, but now you got to go as quick as you can if you're the United States. Hope that there's a lapse in the defense for Cameroon. You're pushing everyone up. Carabanos. So 5 minutes added, just announced here at Union Stadium. At what point, Shelby, is everyone going up? When are you on the all-out attack here? Of course, you got to control possession of the ball first, but you got to think that these backs are going to start playing up.
And you know what? You would think that, but...
So Eto, right foot cross, She's looking for the head of Tabe.
See, that's exactly why I'm saying that. You would think that, but Cameroon, their offense is almost too good to be pushing your defense any further than it already is.
Bridell, not enough to Utley, but a bit of a misplay there, so it's a throw-in for the U.S. So again, that's a rough estimation on the screen. Our crew's doing a good job. Right around the 92nd minute coming up here. Nobody putting pressure on the ball here. So Eto has all day to run. Still nobody putting pressure on the ball. Don't have enough time for this if you're the U.S. Eto, what a pass by Confidence. Now it's a one-on-one between Gardner and Eto. Skill moves. Right to left, going down in the box, not going to be called. Here's Utley. How much does Utley have left? Look at that, all over the back here. Nothing called. And I didn't see advantage played. Boy, that looked like a foul on Undome. But again, referee and Alexandra Colaz let him play.
And Utley kept on going, too. She was not going to give that ball up.
Look at Confidence trying to deke out Gardner. And now the flag goes up. Confidence was offside. And actually, I don't know if it's Confidence being called. And look at this. This is not going to please the United States here. It's a player down, and there's been a player down inside the box. So Eto is down. Kelly Fitzgerald had some words. Cannot believe Eto is staying down here. And don't forget, you get the 5 added, but if there's pause and stoppage, they'll just keep adding more time.
Absolutely, at minimum 5 minutes. I think we'll see probably a little bit more added.
And the head referee is trying to tell the trainer here to get Eto off the pitch. I'll tell you what, a lot of people talk about stalling and going down in spots like this. Is Eto now getting a drink of water? You know she's going to be right back in. But until she's allowed back in, at least for the U.S. here, you're playing up a woman here. So Eto is definitely not going to be granted allowed back in right now. So that's the one problem if you go down. Not to say that Eto wasn't hurt.
And Kelly Fitzgerald definitely needs to get back in her box for these players that are coming up real quick.
I actually think the U.S. has too many back right now, but got to control possession of the ball. On the far side, how about Gillette? That's a big stop. Now you got to go for the U.S. You got to push everyone up. Karamanos, this is about a 4-on-6 here. United States running out of time. They're definitely going to add something to that 5 just because Eto went down. But maybe it's 96. Here's Confidence. Can she keep it in? She can. How about the speed from Confidence? Cameroon can feel it here. Confidence may take one. It's blocked by Allen. That's a big play by Tori Allen. Now Utley saying, get it to me, but Allen couldn't get enough. Had Utley wide open, but couldn't get it to her. Likely about a minute added because Eto went down, but not much time here for the United States. What does Karamanos have? Bridell, does she see the player behind her? She does, but the flag goes up, and Utley was offside. And now this will take up a lot of the clock here.
It's getting down to the last seconds here, and I don't know if the U.S. can do it.
Adome, they're telling her just boot it as far as you can. Cameroon about a minute away here from coming away with a victory, and that is it. They did not add anything for Eto going down. Cameroon with a major win against the United States. That says it all right there on your screen. They stun the host nation here in Spokane. It was Umbamozimo striking 5 minutes into the match. Then Robertson added one in additional time, 45 plus. In the first half, it was 1-1 until the 79th minute. Tabe, the striker for Cameroon, puts one into the back of the net. That was the difference. It beat the United States 2-1, Shelby, for 3 big points.
This was the most exciting match I think we've seen this tournament. And not even I think, I know we've seen in this tournament. I don't know how I'm going to be able to go to bed after all this excitement and all this jitteriness. That you can tell Cameroon is so grateful and so happy for this win. And look at them celebrating there. I'm just excited to see what they have to bring back and see if the U.S. really takes this to heart or if they come back bigger and better.
It's almost 5 a.m. in Cameroon.
What a wake-up call.
There's going to be people waking up and roaring in the streets in Cameroon. A big-time victory for the Cameroon military team for the United States. Shelby, it's tough after you get that 10-0 victory against Belgium. They run into a really good Cameroon unit, and it wasn't enough for the United States today.
Let's take a look at these plays that were happening in the money-making plays of this game to make it 2-1 Cameroon over U.S.
We talked about it. Mosimo, you saw it into the back of the net. Fitzgerald lost it in the sun. It was close all match long. Tabe almost scored in the first half there. Kaylee Utley, you see right there, she set up Colton, who then set up Robertson for the equalizer. That was it. That was Colton setting up Robertson there. Robertson's 4th goal of the tournament. But the United States in the second half allowed Tabe, played it to her left. You saw Tabe there. She was the one who scored for Cameroon. So taking a look at the update here. In Group A, obviously, Germany defeating Belgium. They have 6 points. 6 big ones, but they have not played Cameroon in the United States. And for a lot of United States fans watching, that was Tabe's goal. You can see her on your screen there, but for a lot of the United States fans watching, sitting there being like, can we still get to the gold medal match? Of course, Cameroon's only played 1 match. You never know what can happen. And the U.S. has not played Germany yet, and they've also not played Ireland. You see the update there. Germany has 6 points in Group A. U.S. with 3, Cameroon with 3 big ones. Take a look at the schedule for tomorrow real quick before we sign off. Back to Group B. Canada and the Netherlands, who both lost yesterday, will take on each other at 3:30 local time. And then Mali. We saw Cameroon today. They are dangerous. They have a chance to win the gold when it's all said and done. Mali, for the very first time in the CISM Women's Football Tournament, will compete in a tough match for them. They get drawn against South Korea. Any final thoughts from today?
You know, all my final thoughts is just excitement. I think Cameroon came out and played the hardest, and I think moving forward, the teams that are being matched up, I don't know if shutouts are going to be that often like we saw earlier in the tournament, but I'm excited to see what we're going to see the rest of the tournament.
A fun day of football, a fun day of soccer. Cameroon beats the United States 2-1. I'm Alex Gould, of course. U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Shelby Pruitt-Johnson. John Anderson's in the booth. John Zanone, our producer. Adam White, our director. We say so long from Spokane. We will see you tomorrow for Canada and the Netherlands. And that's at 3:30 p.m. local start time. Good night, everybody.